Dear partners, colleagues, and friends, I'm truly honored to have the opportunity to address you through this video message on the 200th anniversary of the birth of Son Andrew Kim Da-jong. In a world that continues to become increasingly interconnected and complex, anniversaries provide us with an immense source of inspiration to draw from them in our quest to build more inclusive societies. They remind us how many remarkable individuals paved the way for our communities and societies to grow and thrive, leaving a deep, positive mark in the world. Today, we celebrate the life and work of one of such remarkable individual, Son Andrew Kim Da-jong, whose life and legacy gave us much to think about as we deal with our contemporary challenges. The COVID-19 global pandemic and global crisis continues to disproportionately affect our most vulnerable people, demonstrating that the only way we can recover will be by coming together, by prioritizing the most vulnerable. In the context of the global rise of intolerance, discrimination, and racism, Son Andrew Kim Da-jong's exemplary compassion gives us all a lot to emulate. He was strongly committed to equality and freedom in a way that is so needed today. His travel stance to defend the higher values of humankind should provide us with the strength to continue advocating for inclusion, tolerance, and the defense of human rights, regardless of religion, age, gender, ethnicity, or whatever. The fact is that independently of his religious faith, leaders like Son Andrew Kim Da-jong stood up for tolerance. He was a priest who welcomed foreigners warmly with open arms, and while his peers and equals rejected this stance, he stood up in support of others. What an example! Son Andrew Kim Da-jong showed this commitment by opening the doors to diversity and dialogue, by traveling to distant places to meet people from other cultures, and by exploring new routes to let foreigners enter Korea. He traveled widely and worked with various communities in China, in France, and in the Philippines, where a shrine in his honor was built. Son Andrew Kim Da-jong was also an example of resilience. During his time, Christianity was suppressed, and many Christians were persecuted and executed. Catholics had to practice their faith in secret. And however, despite all this, Son Andrew Kim Da-jong remained resolute in his commitment not only to fight for religious tolerance, but also for tolerance in general and tolerance for those of all faiths and backgrounds. In the end, his courage and persistence it was cost Son Andrew Kim Da-jong and several other 1,000 Christians their lives. His conviction what was right and just confirms the importance of UNESCO's effort to combat racism and discrimination, and we will step up our action in his memory. In the footsteps of Son Andrew Kim Da-jong, our commitment to peace and intercultural dialogue is reinforced, reflected in the global call against racism, which was adopted by UNESCO member states at the initiative of the Republic of Korea in December 2020. As an appeal to strengthen efforts to fight racism and discrimination in our societies, this call also resulted in the Global Forum Against Racism and Discrimination in March 2021, where my sector, the social and human science sector, took the lead to put it together. This was organized again in partnership with the Republic of Korea and Ambassador Kim, and will henceforth become an annual event to take stock of progress made, share good practices, and leverage our joint efforts. In addition, UNESCO is currently preparing a roadmap to provide a strategic and operational framework that will enhance our work, our commitment, our passion for policies to fight anti-racism and discrimination. While Son Andrew Kim Da-jong is no longer here with us, his contribution has reached every corner of the world, far and wide. His life, his empathy, the way he conducted his affairs continues to inspire people, communities, and societies to all of us who are part in the global fight against all forms of discrimination and intolerance. That is why UNESCO is proud for this collaborative relationship with the Republic of Korea. Having long and productive partnership in this space and taking proactive steps that reflect a more equitable world, we hope to continue our strong relationship and partnership to amplify our joint efforts in the future. Lastly, I want to thank our hosts here today, the people and city of Danjing, the Korean National Commission for UNESCO, and the Naepal Research Institute for Church History, as well as the greater Korean community, for allowing us to share your culture and history through the commemoration of the life and work of Kim Dae-jung. We will continue celebrating his memory while we continue also our fight for a just, equal, and inclusive world.